I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again.
Okay, welcome back to the Baseball Diaries. The World Series is over. That is our opening today because Syracuse's football team is playing on the CW network. Lord knows how they got a TV contract for football. I don't know. Tom Brenneman is doing the call, and the Boston College quarterback's name is Castellanos.
Just makes sense. I mean, we're not a football podcast, but
Connections.
yeah. I mean, look, all this goes together. Like, it all goes together that. Okay, what the fuck is going on with this? Okay, sorry, I'm tripping out on my laptop. Yeah, it all comes together that Castellanos is gonna hit a home run in a football game today, to make it a 4-0 ball game. That's a pretty impossible score in football, but he's gonna somehow do it. It's gonna be two safeties, and Castellanos is gonna cause both safeties.
That would be kind of poetic. It would be that's like the most Iowa football score ever. But
yeah.
Shout out Iowa.
So, to get back into baseball,
the Dodgers.
The Dodgers skull fucked the Yankees.
Yeah.
Minus game 1, I mean, in game 5, I guess, was kind of a back and forth.
It was a little bit.
It was a little bit. It got a little interesting, but and then I mean, the Yankees did take one game, but it was the most feeling like give me games of all time.
Well, I mean, I think the most telling part about this whole series was the interviews post-series from Dodgers players.
Mm-hmm.
They said, yeah, just make them try and play baseball and see what happens.
Well, exactly.
And it's like, oh, wow, what, like, and they said, yeah, all of our fielding metrics said that the Yankees were the worst team in baseball. And I was like...
And it showed. In the World Series, it fucking showed. Defense, they were atrocious. Just bad. Like, it...
I think, so, what was it? The game that they were leading 5-0, that was game 5. Right? They took a 5-0 lead. Yep. Garrett Cole was looking dominant, blah, blah, blah. It was like, oh, yeah, this is what...
Don't get me wrong, exactly... He threw a great game.
He did. And then the Yankees somehow gave up 5 unearned runs, which I think has never happened in the World Series. I don't think that's ever happened.
I doubt it has. I highly doubt it has. Like, that's impressive work from a bad offense, or a bad defense. Like...
I'm thinking, like, even the worst Phillies teams of my lifetime, I don't think I've seen 5 unearned runs.
That's, yeah. If I was a pitcher...
that might genuinely be the worst half inning of baseball in a World Series ever.
Yeah, I mean, it was it was literally like watching the Bad News Bears. Just error after error, and you just can't do that. Like, you just like the Yankees showed in that game alone showed why they got beat the fuck out of by the Dodgers, because it was like the Dodgers are an overall complete team. They have good pitching, they have good hitting, they have good defense, they have good base running. They do the fundamentals right.
And the Dodgers also won this without the majority of their starting staff being healthy.
Yep.
Which just, I mean, and the whole thing is that half inning was an encapsulation of the World Series as a whole. Like,
it was.
One team does everything they're supposed to do. The other team does not. They do everything they're not supposed to do. They do all of the things that are supposed to be ironed out in Little League instead.
Yep.
Like, instead of running to first base, the Yankees started trying to go from home to third.
Yep.
Which is a glitch in the show. You can do that, and you get a credit for a triple. I don't know if you've ever tried that. It is funny when it works.
I've never tried it. I don't know how do you do that?
I think you have to hold the left trigger after making contact.
Okay.
And instead of going around the bases, you go straight to third. And I've only ever actually done it once, and
Mhm.
it's hilarious when it works, but also it hardly ever works. So don't really try.
Gotcha. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, the like I said, the Yankees, they just don't play good baseball, and it showed.
No.
Like
Yeah.
you got to be able to play good defense. You have to be able to hit the ball. You have to do the fundamentals of baseball right, which is what the Dodgers did, and the Yankees showed what happens when you don't know how to do that.
Like, how about sending Giancarlo Stanton
When he's
home?
going 2.5 miles an hour. Like right now, I pulled my lower back literally 2 days ago. Yes, I know, old man.
Yeah, you're old as shit.
It fucking hurts, dude. It has been rough. Like I've been having trouble walking. It's been terrible.
You're
I
gonna
have a
take a
bad
bunch of
back.
Advil.
Huh?
You're gonna have to take a bunch of Advil.
I've been trying to avoid it, but I have been having to take some Advil. It's been pretty rough. Yeah. Anyways, that's like sending me right now, like going home. Like I bet you I could run faster than Stanton was going.
Probably.
That was the slowest run I've ever seen in my life. And third base coach was like, "Yep, send him. Send that guy. Look at him go." Like, no, don't send that guy. That's just cruel and that's old man abusement right there.
Jack Sparrow running would have been more effective.
It would have been hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. If they had fucking just if he was doing the fucking.
Has anyone put the Pirates of the Caribbean theme over around
Oh,
the
I'm doing that.
bases?
I'm doing that.
You're gonna send that in the group chat?
Yep. I'm just gonna get that clip of him running home, getting thrown out at home, and it's gonna be the.
The thing is, the pace of the music is gonna be faster than his footsteps.
By a lot. By like fucking a ton. Oh
It's
my
gonna
god,
be
that's
bad.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Keep the lookout for that. My memes have been going off on Instagram and TikTok, so keep an eye out for that one coming soon.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, finishing up with the World Series, I called it. I said Dodgers in 5. People were like, "No way, the Dodgers or the Yankees are too good." And I was like, "What are they good at?" They have two guys. They have two guys that are really good at baseball,
He
and they're
also
not
got
good
the
defensively. They can hit balls really hard.
Tyler somehow got the same scouting report the Dodgers had.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how he got it. If I find out, I will be reporting him to the IRS.
To the IRS, you think I committed tax fraud to get it?
You getting audited because of the podcast would be funny as shit, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, that would be hilarious. If all of a sudden they were like, "We're gonna audit him because of the podcast," it'd be like, "Yeah, look at this fucking fancy ass podcast equipment I got over here. Like, clearly, I'm
Start
committing tax fraud.
soundproofing the.
I mean, look at all this
Start
fancy shit I
soundproofing
have
the
in the
walls.
background. I mean, a 32-inch TV. How can I afford that? There's no way I can afford that on a fucking first year attorney salary.
No, absolutely not.
I must be dealing drugs, guaranteed.
They probably would assume that first, considering you're in San Antonio.
Probably.
They definitely wouldn't go straight to tax fraud.
No. Well, I mean, usually you have to go drugs to tax fraud.
Probably.
Which honestly, I feel like the IRS wouldn't come after you if you paid your taxes on the drug money.
It'd be harder.
It would be harder, but I feel like they wouldn't care. They'd be like, "Wait, where are you getting this money from? Selling crack? Or did you
They're
pay
like-
us the taxable amount?" Yeah. Okay, never mind then.
It's like, do we have to send that to the DEA? Probably.
We probably should send it to the DEA, but the IRS is like, "But he is making a lot of fucking money and he's paying our taxes." So, I mean, we failed the IRS has failed 6 audits already. Who's to say we don't look over this one?
That's just poetic. The IRS failing their own audits. Like,
Oh yeah.
come on, man. What are you doing? How do you fail your own audit? It's like failing a test you created.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It would be like you failing the autism test.
There ain't no chance I'm doing that one. They can't ever make me take that test. They'll
I
never
know
get
someone
me.
who could.
They can't force me to do it.
Someone could.
No, they couldn't. You
Yeah,
better
she
have.
couldn't.
Huh?
You couldn't?
No, she couldn't. I'm not taking that test. What are they going to do? Put me in a cell? I already belong in one.
They might put you in a cell.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm not taking that fucking test. That's the reason. I ain't getting no cell. I ain't going to Grippy Sock jail.
Bro. What if they like you take that test and this by some miracle your IQ is above 80?
By some miracle.
That was fucked up.
That was funny. That was funny. By some miracle your IQ is above 80. Hey, motherfucker, this guy with an IQ above 80 picked the Dodgers to win in 5 right on the fucking dot. So I'm going to give myself a little round
gold
of
star.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I know.
Give yourself a little gold star sticker.
I should.
There,
I should
like
have that because I
that you get in like second grade.
It might be our only pick this entire year that was
correct.
It might be our only pick that actually hit it. I mean, well, except for you were gonna hit the nail on the fucking head with Ohtani winning MVP. That one was, and I doubted that one severely.
Well, there was reason to doubt it, so.
Yeah. Anyways, with that, the Dodgers are gonna be fucking ridiculous next year. Like,
yeah.
Like I said this before. Before beginning of this season, I said Dodgers are not that scary this year. They won the fucking World Series, and next year they're gonna be probably 10 times better.
Most likely.
Like they just won the World Series, and they are the front runners to get Roki Sasaki, who already said he wanted to go to the Dodgers and play with Ohtani. And the Dodgers are like, how's another blank check?
Deferred payments.
Yep. I said it before. I said it when the Dodgers signed Ohtani. I said they're going to have to make a rule stopping deferred payments because of the Dodgers.
The Ohtani rule.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do it.
We did say that back in our second episode, something like that.
I said they're gonna have to do that because I was like, "There's the Dodgers are gonna take so much advantage of that." The Dodgers
are gonna do it.
So much advantage of it that it's just gonna be. They're gonna be the next dominant force. And here's my thought a little bit on that. I don't know if making the rule is the smart move, because I think about it in the Dodgers. So in 10 years, they might be fucked with all those deferred payments coming due now.
Yeah, they might not have any money.
No, they might be putting a team like the Oakland A's out and somehow still being top 10 in payroll.
I wouldn't even go Oakland A's. I'm saying Marlins this year.
Yeah. They might be putting out the worst fucking product unless somehow the ownership can just be like, oh yeah, we can make $68 million payments to Shohei Ohtani to not play on our team.
You know what? Actually, the thing is, Dodgers fans aren't going to care about 10 years in the future if they win 8 World Series.
True. But it's also going to screw you for another decade, I would think.
Yeah, they're going to get to, they're going to, sure, whatever. I don't know how many World Series they're actually going to win. Let's just say over the next 10 years, they win 3, 4. They're still going to be happy because that's good. Buying World Series. But once you suck for the next decade, you're going to be like,
was it worth it?
Because we're not saying that the deferred payments aren't a fun way to get around Major League Baseball's salary rules.
I'd say it's a smart thing, honestly.
It is smart, but if you don't win 3 to 4 World Series,
you're in deep shit.
The next 10 years, when those deferred payments start coming due, your team's really gonna suck. I'm serious. Marlins this year level. Your payroll, the payroll on the field is gonna be 15 million.
And then
the payroll off the field is gonna be
5 billion.
You're gonna have the GDP of Panama off the field.
And then
the U.S. military defense budget is going to be your payroll off the field.
And then our payroll on the payroll on the field is going to be my payroll. Like,
Yeah.
as a first-year attorney. Like,
You're actually going to be starting game 1 of 2040 for the Dodgers.
as a 46-year-old man. Like,
Yeah, Unk. Get out there, Unk.
2040. How old? Fucking A, I'll be old. I'll be 44 that.
Unk.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not great. So yeah, they're already the front runners for Sasaki. They've also expressed interest in Juan Soto. So next year, their starting
The
rotation.
thing is, Soto has said he wants to stay on the East Coast.
Yeah,
So there is that.
there is, but also the Dodgers have a blank check.
Yeah. However,
Juan
Soto has
Soto-
also said he doesn't want to defer any payments. So
True, but it also looks much more. He's also said he wants to play with Ohtani.
well, everyone wants to play with Ohtani.
Yeah, but what team does Ohtani play for?
Yeah.
For the next 9 years. And what will he likely do after those 9 years? Probably be close to retirement.
He could come to Philly and play with Bryce and Trey and Kevin Long again.
You're being very, very optimistic there.
Oh, I'm not. I don't think we're signing him. I think he stays in New York.
I would have to. I'm very much.
I could be a Nats fan saying that because he's playing Warzone with James Wood, that means he's re-signing with the Nats, and I was
That would
like,
be hilarious. That actually would be funny as fuck.
it would be, but also, let's get serious.
You'd be like, "Are you fucking kidding me? We got rid of him for like 3 years out of our division, and now welcome
He's
back
again."
Now, I mean, I'm gonna go like 65% likely. I think goes to the Yankees, but I do think there is a good chance he goes somewhere else. Like, I don't think it's nothing. Like,
It's not negligible.
Yeah, it's definitely something where if I was a Yankees fan, I would be concerned.
Yes, there would be concern. The Yankees, again, hey, look, who was right? The Yankees have serious pitching problems. We said that episode 1.
Yep. I mean, they did go to the World Series, which is like, woo!
They did go to the World Series, but in the end,
you.
aside from the fact that they got to the World Series, pitching and just being bad at everything fundamentally baseball is about ends up costing you the World Series.
Yep. We said it to begin, and they did make it to the World Series, but we said, like we said, the issues reared their ugly ass head in the World Series, and because the reason they got that far was they had a fucking cakewalk to get there. The two teams in the American I would say the two worst teams in my opinion. I shouldn't say worst teams because they were good teams, but the two least scary teams in the American League were the two teams that the two teams that were the least scary in the American League were the two teams that they had to face. Because I think the Astros,
absolutely,
obviously scarier than any team they had to face. Like, not even like they were the most complete team, and they just ran into a red hot fucking Tigers team. The Tigers were scarier than the Guardians, in my opinion.
The Tigers were much scarier than the Guardians, even though it was Scooble and hopes and dreams.
It was, but overall, in my opinion, Scooble. Let's say they play a 7-game series, and they got to face Scooble 3 of them. Times. That's scary. Like, I don't want that. Like, fuck that. I'm not comfortable with
especially
that.
not with Scooble going full psychopath for Game 7, and he's probably throwing 107.
Yep. And he's throwing, like, he doesn't throw at somebody, he throws through them. Like, the ball literally enters their chest, the side cavity of their chest, and exits the other side, and we have a death.
Because, like, we're talking, like, Giancarlo Stanton was on an all-time playoff heater. And Scooble, like, AJ Hinch would have been like, all right, we could put him on. Scooble would have thrown a knife through Hinch's head.
He would have thought,
he didn't let him pitch to him.
When they said put him on, AJ Hinch meant, like, give him the 4. Scooble was like, throw the ball through him.
Yeah.
Like,
Stanton would be splattered on the backstop.
Yep. Yeah, so I think the Tigers were scarier. Obviously,
100%.
the Orioles. And then obviously the Orioles were scarier. So it's like, okay, the Yankees had to face the two least scary teams that made the American League playoffs. And then they faced their first scary team when they faced the Dodgers, and the Dodgers bitch slapped them. Like,
Yeah.
pretty much said, like, oh, yeah, you made it to the World Series. That's cute. That is very cute. Now let's show you what baseball is actually supposed to look like. Sorry about it.
Yeah.
Anyways, Dodgers next year are going to be so much scarier because their rotation looks like it's going to be Yamamoto, Sasaki,
Ohtani,
Glasnow,
Glasnow,
Bobby
Max
Miller,
Fried.
Max Fried. Yeah, I very well think it could be Max Fried.
I think it's going to be Max Fried.
So do I, unfortunately. And you know what? I also think there's an equal chance that none of that, but they basically have a 6-starter / bullpen arm that they might sign fucking maybe Jack Flaherty. Like, I genuinely could see that happen and him staying there.
My thing now is how emotionally attached are they to Walker Buehler?
Not at all. I think Buehler's on another team next year. I think he's 100% on another team next year.
Walker Buehler's a Tiger.
That could happen. 100% I think could happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, interesting.
Max Fried's 100% a Dodger.
I hate to say it, but I think you're right.
He's a Dodger. He grew up like around there.
He grew up. He played on the same team as Jack Flaherty and Lucas Giolito in high school.
Yeah.
In the exact same area. So it's
all right. Can you imagine? You're leaving algebra and you have to go face one of Max Fried, Lucas Giolito,
all three of
Jack
them are going to be in
Flaherty.
the major leagues like really soon.
You just failed your algebra 2 test and
now you're going to go get fucking dick slapped by one of those 3 psychos. And you're just like, all right, cool. I guess I liked playing baseball before.
now
I
not
just
so
hate
much.
It every day. You're just sitting there. Now you're just like, okay, well, I used to like baseball. Now it's a sport. It is a sport.
It is one of the sports of all time.
Just gonna go cry myself to sleep on the fucking bus. I went up and I was like, oh, I can get a hit. And it was like, no, you can't. Oh,
your mom texts you, honey, what was your stat line?
Fuck off.
Texting your mom, fuck off after that.
Mm-hmm. And then I come home and I get my ass beat by my mom, and I'm like, oh, well, cool. Nothing is going well.
This is the worst day ever.
I want to make really dark jokes, but I'm not going to. Anyways, yeah, so Dodgers are going to be fucking ridiculous next year. And like we said, Dodgers very well could be on the Juan Soto train, which is just fucking stupid. If they get Juan Soto and Sasaki,
I might not watch baseball, honestly, at all.
If they get Juan Soto and
Sasaki,
Sasaki, I'm just going to be like, well, this is a sport. It is one of the sports.
It's a sport that exists.
Which is going to be crazy for me to say that, like, I might not. I also might be like, you know what? Fuck baseball.
I'm out.
Yep, I'm done. Fuck this. Yeah, this.
I mean, it wouldn't even really be worth tuning into. I'm not.
No, it would be fucking terrible. It would be absolutely atrocious.
Like, that would be the most foregone conclusion season of all time. Like, we have, like, yes, 2018 Red Sox was like, yeah, okay, we know this is gonna happen.
Yep.
If they sign Soto, Sasaki, and Fried, like, just those 3, that's it. No one else. Just write them in. Just hand them the commissioner's trophy on opening day. Like, who cares? Because there's no point in playing the season. We know where it's going to go.
And also never give Dave Dave Roberts, the manager of the Dodgers. Don't give him a mic again. Like he doesn't. He's not on the fucking team. Like
no.
He does nothing for that team. You could put the new manager of the fucking Dodgers. In fact, cut him. There's no manager on that team. Let fucking Ohtani write the lineup.
He can speak English too.
Yeah. And you know what?
Shout out eBay.
And here's how he could write the lineup. All the names are gonna be in a hat. He's just gonna go, okay, today batting first is Juan Soto. Batting second, me. Batting third, Max Muncy. Batting fourth, Mookie Betts.
Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, for some reason, Freddie Freeman's hitting in the 9-hole today. Well, why is that? He's been on a tear. Well, he was just happened to be the last to get drawn out of the hat. And you're like, wait, what do you mean? They're like, no, they're that good. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, it does not matter. Their lineup literally doesn't fucking matter. Their manager doesn't fucking matter. Like, they're just a bunch of they're just everybody on the team is just they are the Golden State Warriors of baseball, which I thought was impossible.
It should be impossible, but apparently it is not.
Yeah.
Who's pitching today?
Who the fuck cares? Like,
they're going 7 shutout.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
The offense is going to score 9 million runs.
Yep. Yeah, it's sad, is what it is. That baseball might end up having a super team in the next year. And for a team that was already pretty much a super team.
Well, I mean, it already is. It's just like, this is just the final form. It's like, a Pokemon evolves. This is
Charizard.
Yeah, this is Charizard.
And this isn't like the lazy Charizard, like, the episode where, like,
what was the... Yeah, not the lazy Charizard.
No.
I'm trying to think of, like, that one Pokemon that could change into anything. What is it called? Like, Deoxys or something? It could be whatever it wants.
I was thinking of Ditto when you said change into whatever it wants to be.
Oh, no. Ditto's too hilarious to be the Dodgers.
That's how
Ditto's way too hilarious to be the Dodgers.
Ditto
put the Ditto face on anything and it automatically becomes 10 times funnier.
Ditto is the White Sox, is what it is.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
Aw.
Like, they can look like they try and be a baseball player. Like, they, took the form of baseball players, but they're still just Ditto.
Like, this is a team.
Yeah.
It exists.
Are they good? Look, they're better than most high school teams.
They're better than most high school teams. Would a college team beat them?
Maybe.
You see, the problem is I wouldn't rule it out.
No.
That in itself is a problem.
It is. I mean, these are complete jokes. Like, honestly, I do hate when people are like, oh, this MLB team is like they're basically a college team, and it's like, no. There's a reason why there's 3 levels of minor leagues, and I promise you, the White Sox themselves could play a single A team, and they're gonna beat the fucking brakes off the single A team. Like, that's just gonna happen.
Except wait for one thing to go wrong in that game, and then the wheels might fall.
That's true, because they did have a track meet of like, oh yeah, when the wheels fell off, it fell the fuck off.
It's like presenting the White Sox. What's Murphy's Law? Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. That was this team. It was genuinely impressive.
It was pretty impressive that they just
it's impressive to be that bad.
It is. It was that bad. Anyways, so kind of got into our Soto trade our team talks. Obviously, not trade talks, but free agent. Obviously, he's the biggest name free agent in since last year because of Ohtani. But, like, he's the biggest free agent that's hitting the market at 25 years old as a child. And I thought it was the tweet that Nick sent in the group chat of the teams that have been in talks with Juan Soto was
the Rays.
Yeah. I mean, here's the list. Heyman says teams that have checked in on Juan Soto: Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, Blue Jays, Red Sox, Giants. Okay, I mean, Giants is a little one where I'm like, oh, you're getting a little weird. Even Blue Jays, I'm like, you're getting a little weird. But, like,
I mean, look, Red Sox. Do we really think they're going to spend money?
No,
but like it makes sense like, name wise. Yes,
and like the Red Sox have spent money, and then the last one is Rays, and I was like, fucking who?
The Rays' last big contract is a literal pedophile.
Yeah.
He's going to prison.
Rays' last big contract got canceled because they can't, like, the one time they decided to pony up some money after Evan Longoria, which that one was still kind of a shit show, the guy ended up being a pedophile. And they were like, Well, fuck.
Also, they're checking in on Juan Soto. How about you check in on the fucking roof of your stadium?
Yeah, seriously. Like, and also, what the fuck are they going to offer once? Like, what money do they have? Like,
Dude, I saw a proposition today, earlier. The Rays are considering playing their home games at Baycare Ballpark. The Phillies high, not high A, low A, or like the Clearwater Threshers Ballpark.
yeah.
That's where they're considering playing all of their games because it's in Clearwater.
Yeah. Which is,
And I'm just like, okay, one, Clearwater, not Tampa Bay. Stadium's already in St. Petersburg.
it makes no fucking
Now,
sense. Like,
now you're going to be playing in Clearwater. You've never actually been the Tampa Bay Rays.
no, never have they ever been the actual Tampa Bay Rays.
No,
Like,
they've never been from Tampa Bay.
No.
They just say they are.
Yeah. Because
Are they incorporated in Tampa Bay? In Tampa Bay?
Probably.
The
like,
principal place of business.
Yeah, it's the only thing that makes fucking sense.
You're
Dude,
going to have to find their articles of incorporation.
dog, that's all a foreign language to me anymore. I've forgotten all about that shit.
Yeah, because you're assigning people parking tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyler actually became a police officer.
Yes, that's what the mustache is from.
50-50 chance he shoots you when he pulls you over.
I'd say 75% chance I do.
Because he was bored.
Yep, pretty much. If I got these on, 100% chance you're going down.
Oh, you're dying.
You're done.
That's it.
And the speed, you were going 2 miles over the speed limit.
Minor traffic violation. He's got the pit vipers on. It's over.
It's over. It's done. God, stupid. Yeah. So the Rays checking in on Monson. What the fuck were you gonna offer him? Fucking, you guys need a new stadium. You have no money. Like, the last contract you had is in jail or in prison.
He is.
And you're like, you know what, we're going to give Juan Soto a call. And Juan Soto probably answered the phone and was like, oh, this is Tampa Bay Rays calling. Who? Wait.
He probably was.
Who? Like,
he probably thought it was like some rental property he had
oh, yeah. He was like,
reserved
he thought it was like a, what are those called? Where you can, like, get those, like, travel agency things where you can get, like,
notified when, like, a room is open or something.
Yeah, it's like, the fuck are those called? Timeshares. I'm thinking of timeshares.
Timeshares, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, timeshare.
Yeah, he thought it was a timeshare company. They called him and they were like, no, I don't need it. He's like, I don't need a timeshare in Tampa Bay. And they're like, no, we're the Tampa Bay Rays, the baseball team.
And they're just like...
And he's like, what baseball team? A minor league team? Like,
don't
wait,
you not have a stadium right now?
Like, am I being punked?
Where's Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah. And then, like, they called there. He was like, okay, fine, I'll listen. How much money are you going to offer? Wait, $12 and a bologna sandwich. Do you know that do you know this is Juan Soto, right? And they're like, yeah. And he was like, who's your owner? Is he in a padded cell? Because he needs
to block this number.
Yeah, I guarantee that number's blocked now.
Oh, absolutely.
That number is 100% blocked. His agent saw the call and was like, LOL.
Yeah, here, you can take
it's like a spam call at this point.
Yeah, it has to be a spam call. Yeah, what else is it?
Yeah. Like, it on the iPhones it says, like, possibly spam.
Possible spam.
Yeah, and it just says Tampa Bay Rays, possible spam. And they were like...
No, it doesn't even say Tampa Bay Rays. It has a Tampa Bay area code. It says definitely spam.
Yeah,
it's exactly. The Rays in, like, parentheses.
They're like, they don't have a fucking roof. How are they going to buy Juan Soto? They can't.
City of Oakland has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever.
If they were able to, that would be
Oakland Rays.
The Oakland Rays. That would be so bad. That would be so bad.
It'd be terrible.
But you know what? Actually, I wouldn't. I would hate it. I would hate it. But I also wouldn't hate it. It depended on the reaction in Oakland. Because the reaction in Oakland was like, you know what? Fuck John Fisher. We're going to love the new team we got. I'd be like,
the Oakland Rays.
Yeah. Fuck it. Like, all right, cool. At least they're happy.
I will say the one shame in all of this is the fact that the Athletics are rebranding everything to just the Athletics. It means their jerseys are gonna look sick.
Yeah.
Like just full Athletics across. Like if it didn't give money to John Fisher, I'd totally get the green one because
Yeah.
that would look awesome.
Yep.
However,
Not
John
doing
Fisher
that.
profits from that, so no.
Yep. That's fair.
DH Gate.
What'd you say?
DH Gate. They make the fake stuff, so
Yeah. Yeah.
and
That's a good
apparently
idea.
it's pretty good fakes. So
All right. So that's
getting a
that's
Mason
the new
Miller
move.
DH Gate Athletics jersey.
Sounds about right.
It'll be like $20, so can't really lose on that one.
Yeah. And then, so what was our other news? Oh, randomly Jorge Soler to the Angels. Does that do anything for you?
No,
Okay,
it's the Angels. They're probably going to set a record for losses next year.
probably. And Mike Trout is probably going to be injured for most of the year, and I'm going to cry about it the entire season.
And why don't you just get it out of the way right now?
I can't. It's not happened yet.
It's going
Can't
to
do it.
happen.
No, because I'm going to have hope, just like they did this year, that we will have
You
another
had hope
Mike
this
Trout.
year. Like, I mean, he also gave you enough false hope where you started stealing bases again, and you were just like, "Oh my God, he's back!" And then
It's
it's
Mike
like,
Trout,
no.
and I started crying, and then it was like, oh, he's dead again.
And then he gave us the comeback
Also, yeah,
look,
which-
and then tore his other meniscus.
No, it was the same one. It was the same one.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yep.
See, because like it would have been again Murphy's law. Both
Anything that will
meniscuses
go
1
wrong,
year.
or can go wrong, will go wrong, and
With Mike Trout, that's been almost his entire career.
and it's really sad because, well, I mean, it's hard to say that because when the guy has fucking 3 MVPs.
Well, yeah, no, I'm
and
not saying that
you're
he
saying the
hasn't
second
played
half of his
well,
career.
but like the injuries, like
Yeah.
post like him being the best player of all time, it's just like
Okay, I'm gonna pose a interesting question.
oh God,
With Mike Trout is what, 32?
yeah.
Mike Trout is 32 years old, and then by the end of his career, does he have one more finish in the top 10 of MVP voting?
In this hypothetical, does he stay healthy the whole year?
That's part of the question.
If he stays healthy an entire year, then yes,
Well,
absolutely,
yes.
he could.
But I'm saying with the injury history, the chances of him, the odds of him going out are more likely than not. Do you think one time within the next 10 years he is in top 10 MVP voting? The last time he did that was in 2022. He was 8th in MVP voting that year.
I could see him finishing 8th one time more before the end of his career.
I don't think he finishes like higher than like 8th either. Like I think it's going to be like he'll be top 10, but barely, and it'll be a season where even that season he only had 438 plate appearances. So, I'm sorry,
it's entirely
499
possible,
plate
and
appearances.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Like he definitely could do it.
Yeah,
But
I think
do I think it happens? No, but could it? Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like there was another free agent thing. Oh, I remember now. Garrett Cole did the biggest psych in baseball history. He literally was like, "Hey, I'm gonna opt out of my contract with the Yankees," and then
absolutely no one believed that you were leaving.
I honestly think that's how this went. They were like, Boris called up the Yankees and were like, "Hey, we're opting out," and the Yankees went, "Okay," and then he was like, "Wait, that's it?" And he was like, "Yeah." Anything else? Wait, you're gonna let him go? I mean, And they're like, "Okay, actually, we're gonna opt back in." Okay, like that's probably how that phone call went.
Yeah,
like it was very much.
I was a very like. I think it's the most pointless pump fake of all time.
I completely agree. I don't
like,
think anybody believed it. Like
no one believed it for even a second.
Yeah.
And I mean, okay, we all know New York sports media. Like, I mean, hell, okay, most of Northeast America's sports media is insane or terrible or a combination of all of it.
Yep.
Like, Lord knows, I hate Philadelphia sports media. They're all awful. Like, I mean, some of them write good things here and there, but that's the case for everyone. New York, these people were talking about like Cole, declining fastball velocity. It's like, yeah, okay, likely thing for him, but they're like, let him walk, and it's like, whoa, hold on a minute.
Relax. He's still Garrett fucking Cole.
This guy was like, oh, well, his fastball velocity is declining. It's like he threw a four-seam fastball at 93 in the World Series. I was like, that was a cutter, you dumb bitch.
Mhm.
It was a cutter.
Yeah. The four seam is still up there in the 95 plus range. Still.
I think minimum in the World Series, he was throwing like 98.
Yeah.
Like, not gonna lie, when you pulled that up, I thought you had like a gigantic bottle of beer. It's like, what the fuck?
At fucking noon.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, brother.
Hell yeah, bro. He's getting after it.
And then I also saw Nathan Eovaldi opted out of his contract.
That one didn't surprise me as much.
That one didn't surprise me as much, but it did surprise me in the long run.
Okay, so yeah, like my thing was like, I don't see him getting a long-term contract.
No, he's definitely not. He's definitely not.
Like he's gonna get one of those
gambling
like
on himself
one...
completely because
he is. And look, Nasty Nate is still Nasty Nate.
He is.
Everyone knows who he is and like what he's capable of. The past year was not like this was not the time to opt out. This year,
yeah, no,
not the time to opt out.
I mean, he had a
if he was gonna opt out last year. Last year would have been better.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I mean, I don't think he had the option last year, but still,
well, if he didn't have, but like in a world where it was an option,
I agree.
The year before was better because it's like, dude, you looked like vintage Nathan Eovaldi,
and it was right in the playoffs. You just won the World Series, dominated in the World Series, and I think he's kind of basing it off of that. But I don't think it's gonna play as well because I mean, his contract that he opted out of was $20 million.
Yeah, and he's not young anymore.
No,
like,
he's 35, and he had a 3.8 ERA this year. Does he think that's gonna get him more than a $20 million contract?
I don't. I couldn't foresee it.
I wouldn't. Who's going to pay that? Like, I wouldn't. And, like, the teams that I could think of paying that are Dodgers, Yankees, Mets. And that's about, I mean, maybe even Phillies, because the Phillies have done that with Taijuan Walker.
Yeah, but I would also think I'd trust Eovaldi more than Walker.
By a lot. But would you still want them to pay more
I don't think
than $20
they're
million?
going to pay him 20. I don't think after the Walker debacle that anyone in that bracket is getting that.
I agree, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I the only teams I could really think of doing that are the Mets, Dodgers, and the Yankees. The Dodgers, they're not signing him. Like they don't give a fuck. Like they don't. They're like, I don't. He's not even on their radar.
No, it won't matter.
The Yankees, maybe, but
maybe.
Like.
I mean, he'd be better than Rodon.
Yeah, he'd be a lot better than Rodon, but he's still not what puts you over the hump. And is he worth $20+ million? No, there's a lot more on the market that you can get for $20+ million. That's going to be much more helpful.
Yeah. I know that one of the names that people have been checking in on is Crochet. I know the Phillies have checked in on Crochet, which, like, okay. If we're thinking about revamping most of our staff, as long as we fire Taijuan Walker into the sun, I'm good. Because, like, realistically, Crochet is a dominant starter. So, like, if you decide to sign him and, like, sign and extend, fine. But you have to figure out a way to rework that whole staff because what do you think Ranger is now? Like, because Sanchez looked better.
Yeah.
Like, so.
I mean,
if you're thinking about,
but I don't trust Crochet though. That's the one thing.
No,
yes, he was great this year. He was great.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I do also think that Walker's done because Painter's been on a tear in the Arizona Fall League.
Yeah.
So, and his fastball's sitting 99 to 100. So
yeah, I mean, Garrett
Walker,
Crochet,
you're going to get ready to learn outer space, buddy.
Garrett Crochet threw 146 innings pitched this year. That's not that was the most he had by.
Well, this is his first year as a starter.
It was. It's his first year as a starter, and he did have 200 strikeouts, which is amazing. But like, you just kind of are like, yeah, but this is your first year ever doing that. And you're
Yeah.
25. Like, what are you going to give us next year? Because you need to step up from 146 innings pitched. Like, that's not a full-time starter. Like,
No. That's like a back end guy that kind of also came out of the bullpen. So
yeah, exactly. Which was fine because he was on the White Sox this year. But I mean, he did that 146 innings pitched with 32 starts this year. That's scary.
that's not great.
That's like what you were going 4, like off like almost every other game.
Yeah, because he's still not developed like a starter's pitch mix.
No,
he
exactly.
doesn't have it yet. It's like
No.
yeah, he has the four seamer, great. He has a cutter, okay. I think he has a slider. I don't think he has another off speed that he can throw to like righties.
Yeah,
which
that's where I mean he could take a step up, but I mean like I don't know. What do you?
He needs like a changeup or a splitter. I don't know. I don't know how many lefties even throw splitters, but
there's not a lot, honestly.
I don't get. I'm trying to think of the lefty I've seen throw a splitter. Shota? Shota might be the only one.
Yeah, Shota's got one.
But I'm trying to think who else does. Because there are a lot of lefty starters in the league. Because Sale throws a change, right?
Yeah.
So it's not him. Mania, maybe?
Oh, I forgot. There was breaking news today that I completely forgot about until right now. Platinum gloves were announced.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Oh no, that's the all MLB team. Platinum gloves were announced. Cal Raleigh won it in the American League, and then Bryce Terang won it in the National League. Interesting.
Bryce Terang?
Yeah.
Really?
That's what I saw. Which I didn't.
I know Bryson didn't win the Gold Glove, but I swear he had better defensive metrics than Bryce Terang.
From what they had Bryce Terang win the Platinum Glove in the American League. Was he
that good defensively? Was he actually that good?
He was really good, but I mean,
I thought he was more of a base stealer than anything else.
He was more of a base stealer than anything else, but like also he was good defensively. But like to say he was better than not Juan Soto, Jesus, he's definitely better than Juan Soto defensively. I can promise that.
Yeah,
that I can promise. But like to say he's better than Francisco Lindor, like that's who I think should have been
Platinum Glove.
Platinum, yeah, exactly. I mean, he didn't even get finals for Gold Glove, which was absolutely laughable voting.
Because Tovar won that.
Yeah.
Good for Ezekiel Tovar.
Yeah, that was great, and he was great defensively. But
I think he's the youngest shortstop to ever win it.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Yeah, I mean, like you said, good for Tovar, but that award belonged to someone else.
You know what? Also, maybe the Rockies do have a future because that team is pretty damn young.
True.
Maybe they do.
They're a team. Young?
They don't have any pitching at all.
And the issue
their best pitcher is still in AAA, and it's Chase Dolander. They just drafted him.
Bryce Terang did lead the National League in putouts and assists.
Okay, well he's playing second base. Yep, that
checks.
That checks.
He didn't really lead basically anything else.
So that's what I could have done that, and that would qualify me for a Platinum Glove. Like, look, I'm not saying I'm a good defensive second baseman, but if I don't lead in anything, apparently that qualifies me for a Platinum Glove. I didn't lead in anything.
He also won the Gold Glove this year too.
He did win the Gold Glove, but I thought Bryson was probably better than him in second base. So
I didn't realize that they gave the Gold Gloves out. Well, I guess we can announce.
They did.
I did not see the. Okay. MLB, y'all post everything else on fucking social media, but you can't just give me a list of Gold Glovers this year? Fine.
I think they posted it on fucking election night. So.
There we go. You're right. It was that.
It's like,
Good timing.
They were like, we're gonna make sure No one sees this shit.
No. Yeah, and it's probably because like it was such bad voting that it usually is.
I mean, most of the people that vote for all MLB stuff are
Have no fucking
nuts.
idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this like literally they don't even have a post saying like this is the Gold Glove winner. Oh,
Good
hang
work,
on.
Rawlings.
There we go. Okay, Gold Glove winners in the American League: Cal Raleigh at catcher, Carlos Santana at first base.
Huh.
Andres Jimenez at second base. Okay, Marcus
Okay.
Semien led all of second baseman in defensive WAR at second base, but okay. Alex Bregman at third base. That's not crazy. Bobby
No.
Witt at short. Again, not
Okay.
crazy. Left field, Stephen Kwan. That's fucking crazy. Dalton Varsho in center. That makes sense. Wilner Abreu in right. Utility man was Dylan Moore. And then pitcher with Seth Lugo. That one makes sense.
Yeah.
Catcher, or in the National League, we got Patrick Bailey at catcher, Christian Walker
Yeah,
at
that one
first.
makes sense.
Christian Walker at first. Freddie or Bryce? Yeah, I think both those could have been. I to be fair, I'm not as familiar with Christian Walker's defensive metrics to be.
Christian Walker, I think, has won the award for first base. I think at this point, 4 years in a row.
Really?
I genuinely think it's been 4 years in a row.
That's actually shocking.
Apparently, he's that good at first base defensively. I don't watch the Diamondbacks with regularity, so I have no idea. But I also know Bryce led first base in like outs above average.
Yeah.
So I was like, at that point, I think they're just sticking with the tradition of the last 4 years.
Christian Walker, it's been the last 3 years. So.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I was a year off, whatever.
Yep. Marshall, what are you freaking out about? Relax. Bryce Terang won it at second base, obviously. Matt Chapman at third base, that checks.
That's, yeah.
Tovar at short. Ian Happen left. Brenton Doyle. Look at those Rockies.
Brenton Doyle's so damn good.
He is. Sal Frelick in right. Jared Triolo at utility. And then Chris Sale at pitcher. That one I'm going to disagree with.
Who the hell is Jared Triolo even play for?
It was the Pirates.
Oh.
Yeah. I think I just think that was they have to give someone this one.
Well, Paul Skeens is going to win Rookie of the Year, so.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, like, defensively, Chris Sale as pitcher?
Look, man.
Ranger. Ranger's fucking great defensively.
Yeah, I think he was a finalist, but.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one for Gold Glove.
Well, especially if Sale's in the Cy Young race with it's him versus him versus Wheeler, and it's probably gonna go. Yeah, it's gonna go to Sale. But I mean, what's the differential? If they're like, oh well, he won the Gold Glove, it's like
that's stupid.
What?
Yeah, no,
that's your deciding factor.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with it.
It's like how about the fact that he won the Triple Crown? Just leave it there.
Yeah, exactly. It stays there. All right. Well, I don't know any other baseball big news. As these awards come out, after these awards all come out, I'm thinking we're gonna start doing one. Does Saturday mornings always work for you?
Pretty much.
Okay. Probably gonna be doing this every Saturday morning, so we'll be doing it once a week now that the season's over. We're gonna start introducing new random ass segments that I'm gonna come up with. One of them will probably be me going on stat whatever the fuck it's called, stat head, finding some random ass player from whenever and having Brendan try to guess it.
Yeah, we're gonna bring on some guests.
Oh yeah, we have to bring on JT to cry his sorrows away,
and we have to bring on Sean to just go on a meltdown for no reason.
With me, we will be both melting.
I'm just gonna sit there and watch the Cardinals fans commiserate.
Yep. All right.
Well, this is how the episode's gonna start. Both of you are gonna be on screen. I'm just gonna say Bill DeWitt III and sign off.
Yep. and then it'll be 2 hours of me and Sean just shitting on Bill DeWitt the third.
Yep.
Anyways, that's all we got.
Oh yeah.
Follow, like, share, whatever. We'll be back
We're
eventually.
still here.
We're still here.
We're not quoting Tom Brady. Fuck it. We're just leaving.
Yep.
Peace.